Hey guys, welcome to Trapping World. If you want to help support the channel, go to the home page and you know what to do. There's a couple buttons there you can push if you're so inclined. Alrighty, enjoy the show. Stay safe, keep your boots dry. Hey there guys, just a quick update. This is just in conjunction with the thing I posted on Facebook. Update is the police found the fellas Skidoo and Slay, so that's awesome. That's the major expense part of it, but all the traps and everything were gone still. So yeah, anybody, you know, a couple guys had mentioned about making a cash donation because, you know, traps being shipped would be so expensive for the guy, and yeah, I agree completely. So what Scott had suggested, and I'm going to phone on Monday and find out, is see if we can just set up an account under his name, not Scott's, under the guy's name that had the stuff stolen, and then, you know, instead of sending cash or sending traps, although the traps are great because but he's right, it does the shipping does cost a lot of money to get it up here. But then you know, somebody, if the guys that wanted to make a cash donation, they can just call them and, you know, whatever, FHA, and put it you know, on a credit card if they want it, or cash, or whatever, however they want to do it. And then, like I said, when he's got enough money in there, he can just order the traps he needs. So thanks for the idea, Scott, and the guys that, you know, wanted to send the fella cash instead of some traps. That's awesome too, great stuff. You know, another thing I wanted to mention is, I mean, most of you know that you know, the job that I had for the winters was gone because the business was sold. And it's, you know, very difficult to find a job, you know, when you can only work from the end of December, or I'll say middle of December, till the end of April. There's not a lot of jobs like that out there. So I started thinking, and what I'm going to try and do is make my own job. Not sure how it'll work, but I am gonna, well, I've already applied for my fur buyer's license. So that will give me something to do. I know there's lots of guys who sell their fur on the round, and I've got no problem skinning, so that might be a way to get an income in the winter time when my business is closed. I don't know what you guys think of that idea. I think it'll be fun, and you can do YouTube videos of the actual buying and see what the grading, and then see how much money I lose at the end of it all. Because if it's anything like stocks, I know I'm going to lose money. You know, I've only ever once bought stocks that, and this was a long time ago, I can't do that now. But you know, I bought stocks one time for 80 cents, and they jumped up to you know, about a $1.87 or something like that. So I told the company that you know, the stock brokerage firm, I told them to sell it. And that was that. Well, the thing is, they didn't listen to me. You know, 6 weeks later, I still didn't have no money from them, so I phoned them, and they were like, "Oh well, you know, we didn't want to sell them and, you know, affect the market or whatever," because I guess they were selling a lot of these things to their customers, their clients. So they said, "Well, we're sending you the the stock certificate, and then you can get your banker or whoever to do it for you. And I was just like, what the hell are you talking about? I thought if I tell you to sell some. Anyways, long story short, by the time I got the stock certificates, the stock was worth 12 cents. And I still own them stocks, by the way. Anybody wants to buy 8,000 shares of a company that's... I know I have them somewhere, but I would really have to search to find that certificate now. But anyways, that's me in stocks. I've often thought I could hire out myself to companies as a saboteur for their competition. All I've got to do is, and actually that stock company, to further that stock company that had told me that they didn't want to sell them to affect the whatever. Well, I put in a complaint to the Ontario Stock Commission, and they came back to me and said, oh, there's nothing we can do. That whole stock brokerage firm has gone out of business. So not only did I affect the stocks themselves, but I took a whole brokerage firm down with me. That's how good I am at that shit. But anyways, like I said, I should hire myself off to companies as a saboteur. All I got to do is buy the stocks of their competition, and the company will go bankrupt. Not sure if that'll work, but I'm going to guess not. Anywho, so I kind of like the idea of the fur buyer's license. I think it'll be, I mean, it's a lot of work. You buy a, I don't know, 20, 30 beavers from somebody that's, on the whole, you'll make better money than just buying the finished fur. But yeah, a lot of work. I know there's a few guys around here that sell their coyotes, sell all their fur just on the body, keep them frozen until they get a bunch, and then get rid of them. So, anyways, that's my plan for next fall. Well, that's in between the trapping and everything, of course. I'm not going to stop that. But I know, I'm still fairly young as far as trappers go. But, and every time I think, well, someday I'm going to, have to slow down with the beavers because, I'm 57, and at some point I'll have to stop, going out and catching 150 beavers or whatever. But every time I think of that, I remember the guy that they introduced at the convention last year, a fellow from, I think he was from Minnesota area, because he was upwards in his high 70s, I believe, and he had shipped them, and I think they said he caught them himself too, over 300 beaver that year. And then suddenly me turning 60 in a couple years doesn't sound all that impressive anymore. But what the hey? If I'm gonna get this beaver done, I've got this coyote to scrape up. Look at the fat on this coyote for this time of year. It's just ridiculous. I'm gonna turn that fur in. He was still frozen while I was trying to skin him partially. But then I got to go in the house and watch the hockey game, and then I'll come back out and finish him after. So, I went down and checked that same place where I caught the last good coyote and the crappy one close to home there, and got a red fox in the one snare. So picking up more fur here than where I have to drive over to the beaver ponds. But let's go along. So, I'll get something every day. It's not gonna make me a millionaire by any reason, any imagination. But then, what is going to, right? Nothing I do, anyways. I guess if I wanted to be a millionaire, I wouldn't have started trapping. I would have done something where you could make some money. Roger that. Anyways, I'm gonna shut this camera off, get this beaver finished up. This is a big one from that I took out of the freezer. I just scraped them up there, did it on my knee type stuff. Double extra large. So, and I guess NAF has got a sale going on right now. The prices are looking really good. Coyotes, they're averaging, up there very nicely. And marten are being sold today, and they look like the prices were pretty good too. I with NAF, I never even pay attention to the high, because it's a total scam what they do. When you look at the high price of a fur, the coyote was $460. Then the next highest one was $158 or something. Anybody with any kind of mental ability can figure that they're running a scam there somehow, just so they can brag about the highest price. But still, if you got even the next highest price is $160 US, and averaging like up in the 80s or something like that, that's awful good. And the only marten that I seen sold, I think the top one went $140 or something. So, I'm not sure what the next levels were. By the time I turned the thing on to watch, they were already down into the $40 and $50 martens. So, but still, that's a really good sign that the market might be turning around somewhat. So, anyways, I'm gonna get this done and go watch the hockey game later. You guys, before we go, I just wanted to show you that beaver there that I case skinned, that black one. Look at the color of that thing. Is that gorgeous or what? That's it, all dried out. It's going to be a cool looking wall hanger. And I haven't caught a beaver in that house since I took that one out. I didn't kill the whole, well, I was trying to trap it out anyways, but there's enough beavers in there, that whole area. There should be more genetics from this guy lying around. Alright, hockey time. Later. Hey guys, one other thing I wanted to show you. Check out this otter here. I mean, it's an early otter. It was one caught, early. We'll just say it, leave it at that. But this is a 67-inch board. I think that's level right there with almost the top of my head, but just say my nose. And this thing is so, see, it goes right to the end of the board. I penned it there, and then I had to make the tail extra wide just to take up the slack. This here, where it's going to get measured, is 7 inches past an extra large. I think that's possibly the biggest otter I've ever caught in my life. But anyways, wanted to show you that one too. But this is a private sale, this thing here, to a fella. So anyways, alright, later. Still hockey time.